Hello there guys, it's Joey and this is a new spell votive for the store. This is Drop of Liquid Sunlight Solar Spell Votives. So it was requested that I create a solar sun companion to the full moon votives that already exist on the store. So the full moon votives as they stand now look as if you are looking at the moon. That's their aesthetic, and as you burn them they create this incredible pool of moonlight. They're lovely, absolutely gorgeous. I use them myself. So when I was asked if I would do a solar version, I was like, absolutely, we can do that, no problem. So Drop of Liquid Sunlight is the result, as we are starting the slow march towards midsummer, believe it or not. I think we're at 35 days left to go till midsummer now, in the northern hemisphere obviously. And it doesn't feel like it in a lot of places. I know a lot of places have just had more snow, but it's starting to warm up here in England, so I'm starting to embrace those solar energies a little bit more. And these are the first of the solar energies in the build-up to midsummer. So in order for them to be a companion, an equal partner to the energy of the moon, they had to reflect the same aesthetic, which is to create a sort of, I hope you can see, the light is very odd in this room, meaning that it's like giving me trouble seeing on the lens. I hope you can see, yeah. And the idea is if you were close up to the sun and you can see all the gases moving around and the colours moving around, rather than it being just an orb and a sky. It's a little bit closer, it's a little bit about that sort of fluidity. So I think Drop of Liquid Sunlight is a name which gives in essence to the idea of what the spell votive is all about. It's something very magical, it's something a little bit ethereal, because you obviously don't get liquid sunlight, and that's what people tend to call things that reflect sunlight and give off the same energy as the solar encompassment of magic, and reflect and shine the light through and represent in terms of colour magic and feel and energy. So that is what we're going for. We're going much more on a sort of light basis than we are heat. I'm not a big fan of heat, so it has to be about light for me in order to really fully get behind it. And this is very much what this is about. There is a uplifting energy to these. There is a life-giving energy, a successful energy, a courageous energy to these. Kept it gender neutral because the further along I get on my path, the more I think about moon and sun energies being interchangeable. Particularly on a Celtic pantheon, there's actually, I think there's more sun goddesses than lunar ones. Owinia comes to mind, and others. Some give Brigid solar aspects as well as lunar aspects, and so on and so forth. So it's gender neutral. It's not that these are masculine and the other ones are feminine. It's that these represent the energies of the sun as I see them. So they're a light giver, a giver of life and energy, and they had to be very uplifting and have a sort of overwhelming energy of helping you to get up and go, and help you to feel engaged. And you know how quite often we feel slightly happier, slightly more upbeat, slightly more alive in the sunlight, not necessarily the heat and the humidity, because that does nothing for me, and I know it does nothing for quite a few people, but how the sunlight makes you feel uplifted and happier. And you know, we've even got things such as SAD, seasonal affective disorder, that says, you know, not enough sunlight makes us feel melancholy, but that had to basically be reflected in the votives and have that very, very uplifting, very, very courageous energy to it. I think solar deities are very courageous, very get up and go. It kind of reminds me of yesterday, Joanna DeVoe shared a a meme about the Queen of Wands blasting out all inertia. And Queen of Wands is my favourite queen. It's the queen that I came to feel represented me when I was doing personal readings in tarot. And bursting through that inertia, you know, refusing to be blocked, refusing to slow down, just having the courage to go on adventures and fill yourself full of sunlight, basically. So these are absolutely gorgeous. Let's have a close-up actually of all three, because we can. And you can see the colour and the fluidity and the movement. Deep orange. Could have gone any number of ways with the colour, but I don't tend to have a great deal of orangey colours on the store, and I sort of mused between the base colour, and I was thinking for vitality, for courage, for that sort of uplift, that upbeat, it had to be this kind of orange. Yellow to me is a bit more in the realm of air, with that sort of natural association from back in the day, learning that yellow represented this. And gold didn't quite fit what I wanted, because I wanted the gold to really stand out on top. So we went with a happy medium, and we went with a nice solar orange. So these are Drop of Liquid Sunlight spell votives. Many blessings.